Today we're talking about VFR sectional charts. This is kind of going to be a more of an overview than a really in-depth chart, so you have to make sure you look at the legend. First off, here's what it's going to look like. This is our VFR chart. It's going to be the one that's very colorful. The white ones are going to be IFR charts. If we look over to the side right here, you can see the legend, and this gets into all the details of all the details. Now, some of the things that I think are extra important and want to point out, this right here is a VOR DME. This is what it looks like. There's a few other variations that have like VORs and Vortex, but they all look generally the same, maybe with the edges being a little bit different. A circle that is open is going to mean a grass or a dirt runway. A circle that is, you can see the runway inside of it, or if there's a big black line around the outside of the runway, or if there's a dot and a clear runway inside of a circle, all mean different types of hard runways and different lengths. A circle with an R on it means a private airport or private runways. And then things that look like this or look like this are all obstacles. They might be a little bit more pointed instead, but anything that looks like that is an obstacle, and will have a height next to it. The pointed ones look a little bit more like that, and that just means taller ones. Now, when you go and look at your airport, here's how the airport information is going to look. This one is for Hillsboro. See, they're going to have the name on the top and then its identifier number. Common traffic or tower, 119.3. The little star means that it is part-time, and that is a little C inside of a circle. Of course, it gives you the ATIS and their frequency. 208 is the elevation. The L means left, or it means lighting system is available from sunset to sunrise. 122.95 is common frequency traffic, and then RP means right patterns for runway 2 and number 30. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual sectional chart here. I want to have you pull out your sectional chart and take a look at it, since my camera can't really get all that detailed, and we'll run through a few things on the chart itself. First off, let's start by looking at Hillsboro. I know it's blurry. Look at your chart and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. That is Hillsboro right there. You can see that it is a hard runway because it is colored in, and it has fuel service because it has little check marks next to it. When you see this magenta circle right here, the magenta circle means Class Echo airspace. Class E airspace floor is at 700, and that is 700 on the inside of the waterfall and not on the outside of the waterfall. If we find one that is a blue magenta that looks just the same as this, that means that Class Echo airspace floor is 12,000 on the inside. This symbol right here, the line with little dots all around it, is wilderness areas. You're asked to stay 2,000 feet above wilderness areas. This is Portland. As you can see, Portland has different shelves, and they each have their own altitudes that you have to stay in or under, and they are written in orange or in magenta right there. This one happens to be 40 on top and 17 on the bottom. So that means you have to stay below 1,700 if you're going to fly in this without being in Class Charlie airspace. As you can see, it gives high points, that would be a mountain peak, and it gives the altitude that they are at. And then you can also see these really light blue lines right here. Those are Victor Airways, which you'll learn more about when you're in IFR flying, but they are pretty important in VFR flying too, just so you know where IFR traffic might be headed and where it's going. You can see all the rivers So you know where the rivers are that you're looking for, and the mountain tops are all depicted on here as well. If we take Astoria, right up here at Astoria, we can see just below Astoria, that H with a circle around it, it means a heliport. And if you look off to the side, there's a good private airport right here, which is an R with a circle around it, which means a private airport. Now, there's lots of other symbols and lots of other things that are depicted on the VFR chart, so you really want to make sure you sit down and you read the legend at the side and you know what everything means. But that's a highlight of the things to look for and how to read them and what's there. Thank you very much.